Hey everyone, this is Sam Warren with Houston Chronicle, and I'm back with another Texans film review. This time, I broke down Derek Stingley Jr.'s impact on Houston's pivotal win over the Indianapolis Colts. Stingley was targeted just once on the day, preventing a fourth down conversion on the Colts' final offensive snap, but his impact was felt throughout the afternoon, so let's get into it. So the Colts didn't target Stingley until their final offensive snap of the game, but they actually wanted to on their first of the game. The Colts dialed up this play action shot on first down on their first drive, knowing that the Texans wanted to stop the run, and that's pretty much every team's game plan against the Colts, trying to stop Jonathan Taylor, probably the leader in the clubhouse for Offensive Player of the Year this year. So they're going to try and get Michael Pittman Jr. open on this corner route, but that's not going to happen because of some intuitive play from Derek Stingley Jr. So what we'll see here is Pittman's going to motion into this kind of insert formation. Then you have nine players in the box here. Looks like it's going to be an obvious run with only one receiver out here to the edge. But that's not going to happen. The Colts are going to have this play action concept that's going to turn into this levels concept with Pittman running through the offensive line. You've got Alec Pierce down here trying to clear out Derek Stingley, and then you're going to have Jonathan Taylor coming out here to the flat. But where this goes wrong for the Colts is they're not playing for the intuitiveness of Derek Stingley Jr. They know that they want to get Pittman through this second level of the Texans cover three defense. They kind of do a good job of that, given the play action fake. They all kind of bite on Jonathan Taylor, as we'll see. Kind of all this second level coming down, biting downhill. Michael Pittman Jr. should have enough room to get here to the sideline. But look at Derek Stingley. This is cover three rules. So typically you would want to go with the deepest receiver, run down here with Alec Pierce, who looks like he's running this vertical route. But Stingley instead kind of just sits on this, seeing that Pittman is going to come out to the sidelines, looking at Jones's eyes, knowing that that's who he wants to go to. So instead of running with Alec Pierce here, he sits on this, kind of knows that it takes it away. And then you see this from Daniel Jones here. He's already on to his next option with Jonathan Taylor. He knows that Stingley was going to be ready for this Pittman throw. So he moves on. This ends up being a 2-yard gain. Colts end up punting out of this. But just look at this again. This is just really intuitive stuff from Stingley, just turning his hips, taking this option away from Daniel Jones, and kind of playing Pierce at the same time. He's not buying into any of this stuff that Pierce is giving him. Pierce is taking this extra step to try and drag him away, get this open for Michael Pittman. Derek Stingley's not having any of it. He takes this throwaway. Jones smartly takes this to Jonathan Taylor, doesn't risk the pick, and the Colts drive kind of ends a couple plays after this. So really intuitive stuff from Derek Stingley Jr. on the first play of the game, takes away from him being targeted, but also the Colts probably take away, either a PBU chance or maybe an interception chance from him as well. Now, that play must have said something to the Colts because Daniel Jones just really didn't look Stingley's way throughout the rest of the game. But that's not saying that the corner didn't have an impact on some of Houston's biggest defensive plays of the game. So what we'll see here, this is the third down on the ensuing Colts drive. And we'll see Stingley here on Tyler Warren. So the Texans used Stingley in a variety of ways with kind of the smattering of options that the Colts have at the receiver pass catcher position. So they used Stingley on Warren a bunch of different times, specifically on third down, because they know that the Colts kind of like their rookie in those situations, getting the yak, being a reliable option over the middle of the field. But Stingley takes that away here by playing kind of in his hip pocket, taking away across the middle of the field. As we'll see, Jones just really doesn't even look that way. He's looking here. And the Texans secondary is able to take away. This is Josh Downs here. They're able to take away these options. Daniel Jones can't really even look at Tyler Warren because Derek Stingley's on him. And what that allows for is this stunt here to get home, sack Daniel Jones. Third down, another 3-and-out for the Texans defense. Then we're going to see another one of these play action deep shots that the Colts have had a lot of success with this year, trying to set up the Jonathan Taylor play fake with the Alec Pierce deep shot, probably their best deep threat, probably one of the best in the league. He also had a good amount of success in this game, but he's not going to have any on this play because of the coverage from Derek Stingley and Kalen Bullock here. So what we'll see after this Tyler Warren motion and a little bit of a check here in this cover three defense, we'll see Derek Stingley and Bullock just play this really well. And what that allows for is if we look back and see Daniel Jones's eyes, he's looking downfield for this throw. he's not going to get it. And the Texans are sending extra pressure. Texans did a lot of blitzes against Daniel Jones, and they had a lot of success with it. A lot of that came because of their sticky coverage downfield. What that allowed for on this play is we'll see Kamari Lassiter on this cat blitz here. He's going to be able to get home. Daniel Jones can't really get the ball out, and the ball falls incomplete to Taylor. So that's another play where Derek Stingley makes a big impact on this play, despite not getting targeted and not getting the ball thrown his way. And then we're going to see another shot here where Daniel Jones wants to go Stingley's way, but because he's there, he doesn't, and he ultimately helps out his teammates to make a play here. So what we'll see is Jones drops back. He's going to look for Michael Pittman here on this comeback route, but because he's there, because Stingley's there, Jones looks off of it pretty quickly. So Jones is going to drop back. He's looking at it, doesn't like it. Because Stingley's there, now he's going to work to this Alec Pierce go ball, which it looks like he has kind of Kamari Lassiter beat here. But because that first read is taken away, we'll see Jalen Petrie here is on this nickel blitz. That's going to give Petrie enough time to get home and affect this throw to Pierce. And ultimately, the ball falls incomplete. There was a penalty on this play, so it didn't really count. But that's just kind of an example of a bunch of things working together, where Lassiter, maybe it's not his best rep on the play, but because Stingley takes away the first read, that gives Jalen Petrie enough time to get home. That helps out Lassiter on the play. It kind of just a cohesive play by the Texans secondary, spearheaded by Stingley being sticky in coverage. So now we get to the lone time that the Colts targeted Stingley on the day, and it was that 4th and 9 pivotal turnover on downs that ended the Colts scoring chances in the fourth quarter. Also gave the Texans the ball back to ice out the game, ice out a win. And this was really the first time all game that the Colts dialed something up where they couldn't avoid Stingley. And that is so because they have this trips formation and this concept down here called to Stingley's side. And they're trying to get Michael Pittman open because he's kind of their go-to guy, get him beyond the sticks. Hard 4th and long situation. He's kind of the guy that they're going to count on. But just the way that the Texans scheme this up, it's going to be Stingley that ends up on him, and Stingley's going to make a play on this ball. So what we'll see is that the Colts are going to try and run this concept where they've got an outbreaking route run by Josh Downs here after he motions, kind of take a player to the boundary. Then you're going to have Tyler Warren here as the point man of the bunch. Of the trips formation. He's going to run inside, and that kind of just creates trying to create an open lane for Michael Pittman to run up the middle, catch a little kind of hook route here just beyond the sticks, make a possession catch like he's done so many times. But with the way that the Texans scheme this up, they're going to play this kind of match cover one look where they've got kind of all three. So Jalen Petrie is going to come down here as we see Downs motion out. Jalen Petrie is going to come down here on this nickel blitz. So a little bit of a disguised pressure by the Texans. And then what we'll see here is Azeez Al-Shaair is going to drop out, and he's going to come into coverage while Henry To'oTo'o comes in here. So this is another one of those blitzes that Matt Burke dialed up. We're having a lot of success with in this game against Daniel Jones. And when Azeez drops out of this, what it turns into is kind of this match cover one with Kalen Bullock being this one-man deep safety here. But all these guys kind of in de facto man coverage right here with what we'll see is Azeez comes out here. He's kind of taking anything to the inside. That ends up being Tyler Warren coming across the middle here. Ends up taking him out of the play. And then we're going to see Miles Bryant here, who's coming down from the safety spot. He's going to be responsible for anything going outbreaking. So he sees kind of this bunch. He sees Josh Downs kind of go out to the motion there. He's playing in the kind of in the fumes of Michael Pittman. He breaks out. He's trying to get there. So it's a little bit of offensive pass interference by Michael Pittman to get out to Downs, but that's not Jones's throw. Jones wants Michael Pittman beyond the sticks here. And just with the way that things work out, Stingley's kind of responsible for anything that's kind of over the middle there. What that ends up being is Michael Pittman, and the throws out. Pittman is in a position to make this play. The throw's a little bit high, but look at Stingley's just ability to recover from this deep post here. He just pounces on it, sees Pittman kind of come through here. So even if this throw is on point, Stingley's probably going to make a play through his hands. We've seen this so many different times with Stingley and his ball skills, just being able to either pick something off, play through bigger receivers' hands, play with his strong hands, and make a play on the ball. And he just comes through again here. Not exactly a pass breakup because of the ball being high by Jones, but he just had an opportunity to make a play here. And he would have made one had that throw been on target. So just really take another look at it. Just really good stuff from Stingley being reactive, taking away stuff from the Colts on a big opportunity there. So now let's just take a little bit of a slower look from the end zone angle just to see the play that Derek Stingley makes on the ball. So Daniel Jones is going to drop back. He's pretty much reading Michael Pittman the entire time. That's his throw. His first read, we see that with him just kind of throwing in rhythm off his back foot here. He thinks he sees it open after that rub with Miles Bryant. He gets open, and there's space here for Michael Pittman to make this catch. But look at the recovery by Derek Stingley dropping, kind of just descending on the ball from that deep post. He's going to be there to make this play on the ball, whether that's a good throw or not, and be able to play through his hands. And that's just good, reaction time from Derek Stingley, good speed, good quickness, good agility, just everything there. And the one time that Derek Stingley has a chance to make a play on the ball in this game, he comes up and he makes it. And that's what DeBrico Ryan said on Monday, is that when Derek Stingley does get his opportunities to make plays on the ball, he's going to make them. So he has confidence in his other guys, with Derek not getting all those opportunities, and the opportunities going the other way. But when Derek does get those opportunities, DeMeco Ryans knows that Derek's going to make them. So Sunday was the second game in a row that Stingley has not allowed to catch. He's only allowed 3 for 20 yards in his past 4 games. There was an interception in there as well. And Stingley's just playing at an all-pro level like he can right now. Maybe early in the season, there were some issues with his oblique injury, but Stingley's form kind of over this past month has been really rock solid. And teams are taking notice of that by the fact that he only was targeted once in this game. He was only targeted once against the Bills. But as we see from these plays, that Stingley having a lockdown corner that can take away a side of the field almost completely, take away some of the best options for other teams pretty much the entire game. The impact that can have on other players on the defense, whether it's in the rush, in blitzing, or in the secondary, is kind of just paramount for this team. And it can't be overstated how much of an impact that Derek Stingley has on this defense week in, week out, and just how he helps this defense become the number one unit that it's been so far this season. So Stingley is going to hopefully, for the Texans, continue to play at this all-pro level. We've seen him be able to do this throughout the season, and his play down the stretch is going to be really important for this team. So please go check out my written version of this film breakdown. Talked a little bit more in depth about Stingley, all the things that he does for this team, and the ways that he affects the game, even when he isn't getting thrown at. So really enjoyed doing this. Thank you for tuning in after a little bit of some weeks off. But thank you again, and go check this stuff out. And I appreciate you watching every week. So thanks so much, and see you next time.